Quarantine was difficult for me.
It wasn't difficult for me because quarantine is every day is basically the same as like even without quarantine because I don't really do much anyway. It's like yeah. Okay.
It was very difficult because I had to manage my child and household duties and online teaching, and I just found myself, I just didn't think 24 hours was enough during the MCO period.
I missed the outside world.
Outside world, not really. I don't really miss it at all. Like it's just okay. Like whether I go out or not doesn't really affect anything for me.
Oh, I definitely did. It got to the point where I wanted to just go outside, even if I wasn't doing anything. It was like I wanted to get in the car and just drive around. And it was uncomfortable, constantly feeling like I was committing a crime somehow, just wanting to be outside.
Grocery runs became like luxury.
Yeah.
Quarantine was beneficial for me.
Even though I had the advantage to record lessons, I felt like I learned less during lessons, and that it was hard to concentrate when there's so many distractions, such as social media and videos and stuff.
That's where we have different answers.
Yeah. For me, it was not beneficial because there was a very big change in my routine, and I had to get used to a lot of different things, and it was very stressful more than beneficial.
Definitely stressful.
Studying was hard for me.
Yes, honestly, yes, because I'm the type of student where I get distracted very easily, and especially when it's on the screen on my computer, I tend to get tempted to switch that other social media. I tend to use my phone more.
Teaching was hard for me.
Oh my god! See, that's how hard it was, okay? I'm
Still lost, still feeling lost.
traumatized. Yes, it was very, very, very difficult because I'm very bad with technology, and I had to learn a lot of new things, and I had to constantly make sure that the kids were engaged.
Distracted very easily, and it was hard to concentrate.
And it was very difficult. It's just not something that I ever thought I would have to do. So I never gave it a second thought.
It's definitely not something that the majority of teachers have ever considered because we are used to the traditional classroom, and then all of a sudden we were having to take it online. And even for me, even though I still consider myself pretty close to this generation, it was still a huge change to make.
I came out more socially awkward.
Yes, I do come out more socially awkward as for almost 2 to 3 months, I didn't really get to communicate with people, no interaction, and I'm more used to communicating through WhatsApp instead of physically.
Ironically, I actually felt like the fact that I had to teach online and deal with the fact that students were now a lot less engaged, I found that pushed me to improve as a communicator, to communicate interest with my voice, with my facial expressions, and the way that I explain things and the way that I try to interact with students. It forced me to become a lot more confident, even when I didn't have necessarily the social cues from the students' faces or having people in the classroom. So it actually ended up forcing me to become more confident.
And also because I guess you never really value something until you don't have that privilege, right? So the moment I finally could go out, I was so enthusiastic, so full of life, so full of energy because I had missed it so much.
And we're finally back!
Yeah!